Good morning, students. Welcome to history class. Dear students, we are learning about two religions, Jainism and Buddhism. Already we have learned about the reasons caused the emergence of these new religions in India in 6th century BC. We have learned about the role played by caste system, role played by language for the emergence of this religion. So please remember. And then we have learned about Mahavira, Vardhamana Mahavira. His teachings we have learned. We have learned about the 9 truths and the 3 Raknas. Okay, karma. According to Mahavira, what is karma? According to Mahavira, what is equality? I mean, doctrines of Jainism. Lord Mahavira taught the people about equality, about the soul, salvation. According to him, moksha, salvation, or freedom from the cycle of birth and rebirth. So, okay, please remember these points, preachings, okay, doctrines, and now it is about the spread of Jainism. Okay, so Jainism spread many places because of the following reasons. Okay, we will learn. Jainism had a royal patronage. So what do you mean by royal patronage? Support of the rulers, we can say. Many rulers supported this religion, and because of this there was a spread of this religion. Therefore it spread easily around Kosala, Magadha, Mithila, Chamba and other parts of the country. Because of the royal patronage, there were many small kingdoms, and rulers of these kingdoms followed, and they asked their followers subject to follow this religion. That is why Lord Mahavira founded monasteries headed by learned munis or sage. They lived an austere life to give an example to the people to follow. The munis were the great examples. They led a very simple life. And they were the examples. So what happened? So they were able to attract people to this religion. In the western parts of India, Jainism was patronized by the business community. In the western side of India, for example, Maharashtra or Gujarat, the business class support this religion. So there was the growth of this religion in this area. In South India, Jainism was patronized by Rashtrakuta and Chalukya rulers, kings. Once again, Jainism received royal patronage, means support from the rulers. For example, Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, where the rulers of the South India, South Indian kingdom, we will learn about. Later, Jainism became a dominant religion in Karnataka. Jainism spread to Odisha, Rajasthan and Gujarat. It is introduction only. And now we will learn about the reasons for the spread of Jainism one by one. Causes of the spread of Jainism. First one, local dialect. So what do you mean by dialect? Dialect means a language in a particular region or a people, no dialect. So Mahavira adopted language of the common people, that is Prakrit. Instead of Sanskrit to preach his doctrines. Mahavira did not follow Sanskrit, the language of the Aryans. Instead of Sanskrit, Mahavira used Prakrit. It was the common language. It was easy to understand. He delivered his sermons in this language only. Who delivered? Mahavira, after the attainment of enlightenment, delivered speeches or sermons in Prakrit only, and he taught the people in this language only. So people understood his Okay, doctrine. So one reason for the spread of this religion, language. Later the monks followed the same practice. After the death of Mahavira, the Munis also taught in this language only. People found it easier to follow the preachings of Jainism in the local language. So people understood the meaning of the teaching. So what happened? So they accepted this religion. The Jain Munis did not use Sanskrit. Already we have learned no. Language played a major role for the emergence of these religions, a language, because during the later Vedic period, the Pandit or the religious teachers no, okay, they used Sanskrit. It was a good language, okay, sacred language, but very less people understood the meaning of the words. No, that is why. So here, Mahavira and Lord Buddha both used this local dialect only, Prakrit or Pali we can say. And second reason for the spread of Jainism in India and other parts of the country, royal patronage. Royal patronage means support of the rulers. Okay. Jainism received royal patronage. Chandragupta Maurya is said to have been converted to Jainism in the later years of his rule. You will learn about Chandragupta Maurya, a very strong ruler. Chandragupta Maurya, Mauryan Empire, we will learn. Then he supported Jainism. Okay, in the 5th century AD, Chalukyas and Rashtrakutas also patronized Jainism. The South Indian kingdoms, Chalukya dynasty, Rashtrakuta dynasty. Okay, these rulers also supported Jainism. Okay, royal patronage. Okay, what is the meaning of royal patronage? The rulers accepted or what we can say, they accepted this religion and then they declared this is the state religion. All the subjects, okay, followed this religion. Okay, next, Jainis. Kharvela, the ruler of Kalinga, helped in the spread of Jainism in eastern India. King Kharvela, the ruler of the Kalinga kingdom. Okay. Because of the royal patronage, support from the rulers, there was the spread of Jainism in many parts of our country and other places of the world. Okay, royal patronage. And now second one, saints. Okay, please, royal patronage and now saints. There were many devout Jain saints like Kalkacharya who lived in Ujjain and made it a center of Jainism. Another Jain saint, Bhadrabahu, took Jainism to Karnataka. Bhadrabahu. So what do you mean by saint? Sant you can say, Hindi Sant. Sant Kabir. He was a great religious teacher. And his teachings and his life was an example. So like that, there were many sant or saints in this religion. So after the death of Mahavira, they spread this religion. They were the best examples. Okay, these saints led a very, very simple life. Okay, based on the teachings of Mahavira. And they were the examples of what happened. They were able to attract the people. Okay, they're all paid by Sant, Kalkacharya, Bhadrabahu, Stulabhadra. Many were there. And another reason, okay, after appeal to the people. People found the religion attractive as it was based on austerity. Austerity, no, without any, what we call luxury, based on what we can say, this moral thing, okay, austerity, simplicity and spirituality. There were no animal sacrifices, nor was there any class distinction. So in this religion, there were no caste, no animal sacrifices. There was simplicity, unity in this religion. So what happened? Many people accepted this as their new faith, a reason for the spread of Jainism. Okay, we have learned the various reasons for the spread of Jainism. Once again, local dialect, royal patronage, role played by the saints, and appeal to the people are the four reasons for the spread of this religion in India, especially in Bihar and Karnataka. Okay, and now another topic we will learn. Okay, division into two sects. There was a division in this religion after the death of Mahavira because of dispute between two saints. During the time when Bhadrabahu took Jainism to Karnataka, Bhadrabahu was a great saint and he moved to Karnataka. Okay, and then he spread Jainism there. During his time, there arose differences between him and Stulabhadra, who was based in Magadha. Both were great saints, Bhadrabahu and Stulabhadra. So between them there were what we call differences. These differences regarding the teachings only. Okay. Mahavira taught something, but after death of Mahavira, so what happened? So there arose differences between two great saints. Okay. Between Stulabhadra and Bhadrabahu. So then what happened? Okay. In the first Jain council held around 300 BC, these differences came to surface. As a result, Jains were divided into two groups. Okay. There was a dispute between two saints, Stulabhadra and Bhadrabahu, and this dispute caused a division in this religion into Swedambara and Digambara. Okay. Swedambaras or the white clans were led by Stulabhadra, who was the leader of this Swedambara, Stulabhadra. They remained in Magadha. Their center was Magadha. They wore white clothes and covered their faces with a small white cloth to avoid killing the tiniest of insects or germs that might enter in the nose while breathing. They fasted but did not believe in extreme penance and austerity. So Stulabhadra led a group, and this group was known as Swedambara. Okay, and their center was Magadha in Bihar. Okay, they wore white cloth and covered their faces with a small white cloth to avoid killing the tiniest of insects or germs that might enter the nose while breathing. That is why they covered a white cloth. Okay, they covered their faces. Now we know that we are using mask. No? On those days, the Swedambara Jains, they used what we can say, they covered their faces with a small white cloth. For that there was a reason. Okay. There was reason. Why did they cover their face with a small white cloth? The answer is to avoid killing the tiniest of insects or germs that might enter the nose while breathing. They strongly followed the teachings of Mahavira, that is ahimsa or non-killing. Okay, for them life is very, very precious. Okay, that is for a small or the tiniest insect. They believed so. That is why they covered. Okay, they fasted. You know what is fasting. Okay, the Swedambara Jainis fasted but did not believe in extreme penance. Extreme prayachitno and austerity. Okay, mild we can say. They believed fast and they followed mild penance and austerity only. Another group is Digambaras followed Bhadrabahu. They were sky-clad and did not believe in covering their bodies. Okay, that is why sky clad. Digambara. According to Digambaras, living without clothes signified detachment from worldly pleasures. That is the reason. Okay. Shvedambara we have a Shvedambara led by Stulabhadra in Mahada. Okay. And according to them now, fasting, okay, they fasted but they did not believe in extreme penance and austerity. Shvedambara. What do you mean by Shvedambara? After the death of Mahavira, there was a split in his religion into Shvedambara and Digambara. Shvedambara was one group of the Jainism and second one was Digambara, led by Bhadravahu. And they were sky-clad and did not believe in covering their bodies. According to them, living without clothes signified detachment from worldly pleasures. Okay, extreme penance weekends. According to them, one could avoid killing live forms by not wearing clothes because while washing clothes, many gems would get killed. Okay, that is the reason given by this group of followers of Mahavira, Digambara. Okay, in order to avoid killing of the even what a gem. Okay. They were orthodox followers of Mahavira. Okay, they strictly followed the teachings of Mahavira. They kept a long fast. And led an austere life, just opposite of the Shvedambara. Shvedambara fasted, but did not believe in extreme penance and austerity. But this group, Digambara, they led a long fast, kept a long fast, and they led in a very, very austere life. The two groups of Jainism and the differences between these two groups. Please remember, differences between these two groups. Okay, today we have learned about the spread of Jainism and the causes for the spread of Jainism and the split in Jainism into two, Shvedambara and the Digambaras. So students, please revise. I will announce the date for submitting the project. Okay, I will announce the date for all the classes. Then you have to bring the project to the school. Okay, I will announce the date for submitting the project. 9th A, B, C, D. I will give different days. Okay, you will get more time to finish, complete the project. Okay, complete it or make a good project. Okay, at the same time please revise the lesson also. Okay, thank you.